Chapter 7.
Review questions.
The 1866 Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race. Again, the 1866 Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of race. An owner who does not use the service of a broker and does not discriminate in advertisement is exempt from the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Lenders that refuse to make loans in certain geographical area based on social or economic consideration are practicing redlining. According to the American with Disability Act, owners are required to make a modification to properties to comply with the act whenever the modifications are economically feasible. Again, according to the American with Disability Act, owners are required to make modification to properties to comply with the act whenever the modifications are economically feasible. A lease payment that increase based on a portion of the income received by a tenant is called a percentage lease. If the tenant is required to pay all or a portion of the operating expense of the property in addition to the former rent, the agreement is a net lease. Again, if the tenant is required to pay all or a portion of the operating expense of the property in addition to the normal rent, the agreement is a net lease. A landlord who maintains advance rents and security deposit in a separate non-interest bearing account is not required to pay interest on the funds being held. The party that receives right as the result of an assignment is called the assignee. When a property is sublet, it creates a sandwich list. A sandwich lease. A landlord who intends to make a damage claim against a security deposit must notify a tenant of any such intention within 30 days. If a landlord holds security deposit and advance rent in an interest-bearing account but does not commingle them with other funds, the tenant is entitled to 75% of the interest earned or 5% simple interest. When all rights under a lease have been transferred for the entire lease period, the process is called assignment. From the seller's standpoint, a sale-leaseback results in 100% financing. Federal law governing telephone solicitation prohibits call to residents after 9 p.m. A violation of the Florida Telephone Solicitation Act could result in a fine of up to $10,000. Chapter 7.